Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Baldy_OD, and in today's video, I just want to talk about level 3, applications to use it, why it's good, and why sometimes you might not even need to use it. Now, for starters, the number one most apparent thing when it comes to the super is it's frame 6, you can't jump it after the screen flash, and in particular, it does a lot of damage. I mean, a lot of damage. It does more damage than any other level 3 and any other super in the game. The amount of damage a super does is actually incredible. I think it does 500 more damage. No, it does 800 more damage than every other super. Yeah. So it's really, really good. And with it being so as fast as it is, that means, like, say I'm going to set Ryu to do like a normal Ryu block string, right? After he presses the button here, I can do that and loses 48% of his life. It's really, really good. It's a very good super. It does a lot of things good. Although, while it does do a lot of good, it isn't the greatest super in the game. One of the most apparent problems with it too, it's kind of like a double-edged sword with this one. It's the fact that it's a command grab. So people can jump it, people can backdash it, people can use some like EX throw-in vol move, backdash. The list goes on why you can, how you can avoid it. But that may be bad, but another bad thing about it is specifically the fact that it has 116 frames of whiff recovery. It is a very, very long and easily punishable super. So if you don't get it, or the opponent, like, they get out of range or something like that to a point where it just whiffs, you're going to eat a lot of damage, and you wasted all your meter with no reversal. So it's really, really bad to not have this ready. It hurts. It's not good. But yeah, so currently there's only 3 ways to combo into this, and number 1 is drive impact, and no particular order, like which one's best or which one isn't. You can do drive impact. You can do drive impact level 3, right? You can do any combo with the first hit a lariat. You can cancel that into level 3, and that guaranteed works from like even pretty far out like this. I didn't do it right, but okay, well, that was too out of range. You get the idea. Anytime the first hit a lariat like this hits, you can cancel it into level 3. It's pretty good. And then I'll mention this one, but honestly, I don't think it's very good. And I mean, the only time you're realistically gonna see this one is off of a DP punish, and that's drop kick into level 3. It works. I'm not gonna deny that, but it's off a drop kick. Like, you're not gonna be using this move very much, and even if you were to use it to like whiff punish a move, if you're crazy like that, you'd have to like drive rush into like do an immediate level 3 from a range. So it's just the move's got its problems to combo into it. But yeah, one thing about the super too is just like the very fact that you have it will make people play completely different. And what I mean by that is, say like you're a Ryu, right, and you're doing like normal jab pressure, or like normally you would like go for a mix up right here. The Zangief could just buffer 720, and they take a crap ton of damage. And because of that, they'll either do stuff like backdash here, or afterwards they'll jump here to avoid the level 3. And people just play a lot more like safe whenever you have it, both on offense and defense. And like, cause even if they were to say, this isn't like, I mean, this isn't like guaranteed obviously, but if they were to say like mess up a combo, for example, if you're mashing 720 in it, I mean, that could also work too. It's just, there's a bunch of ways to really use the literal existence of the super to your advantage. So it's really, really nice to do that too. Let's see. It's because of how fast it is, it's frame 6. For like, really the punishes kind of vary. Generally though, like all of the combos I just said, like, you know, drive impact, EX, first hit at EX area combo, or anything of the sort, that can cancel in a level 3 pretty consistently. You can also just do this raw if you want to. That's an option, but yeah, since it's a command grab, like the range isn't like super duper crazy compared to other level 3s, like say Cammy's obviously, or I don't know, Marissa's. So when it comes to like punishing like moves with it, it really depends. Because say, for example, Ryu is just like spamming sweep over and over and over in your face. Like, that all varies because, like, here, obviously I can go for it here. That's gonna be a punish counter. But like, say it's at like more of a range, like on like this, it'll whiff, for example. So you want to keep that in mind. One thing to note, the critical art version of it actually has more range than the level 3 version of it. So if you were to try to punish a move raw with it, you would probably want to try and go for the level 3. I mean, not level 3, the critical art version of it, because it just has more range. I think the level 3 version has slightly less range than light SPD, but it's like very, very slight. And then the critical art, I think it has the same amount of range or like a little bit more. I'm pretty sure the critical art version has more range than light SPD. So that's good. Also a thing people will do on like Wake Up, if you have it, they'll just like straight up just jump in your face, or that's which is actually kind of good for you, because if a person's just jumping in your face trying to avoid it, you know, you can do this, you can do a delayed lariat, you can do this into canceling it into whatever you want. My personal favorite is just the classic headbutt OD SPD. This one is pretty consistent. And normally headbutt doesn't really trade with many moves, so that's also a nice thing about it. And then afterwards, you can also get some pretty okay. And then if you really want, you can, you know, go for a level 3 right afterwards too. So that's nice. Now, I also need to mention another issue with this super, and that's the Oki situation afterwards. The knockdown situation after this super, it is without a doubt like the worst from any like super level 3 in this game. For the simple fact of, you get sent so far from your opponent that if they just don't do anything, like for example here, like for example here, I mean, there's no like real threatening thing you can do. Like, you can maybe do that, but like you're +3 with literally next to no moves that can hit outside of what I think forward heavy kick, which is super -1 block. And like, you can maybe go for this if they're like buffering a parry, but it's just like all mind games. There's no like guaranteed Oki after this, because put it simply, a character standing light kick could straight up beat this. But overall, like, sure, you can beat like a 4-frame with it if you're like really on point with it, but more often than not with most moves, you're gonna trade. Like, I'm shocked that punished, but specifically with sweep too. Sweep almost always is gonna get beat out by any character's jab. It's pretty rough here. So honestly, the only real Oki you can go after this is like maybe standing medium punch, standing medium kick, and if you know your opponent has a habit of parrying, you can do this, which is a thing. But that's also using a lot of meter too. You have to use 3 bars and 3 super bars. So, I mean, I would really only go for that to close out a round. It's just way too cost expensive. But, you know, it's there. But even outside of those things, it's important to incorporate level 3 into your normal strike throw game. Like, here it's really good. You know, especially after a drive rush, it's really good, especially after drive rushes. Because then, like, say, if you can distance the opponent long enough for them to start, like, jumping out of standing light kick throws, or, you know, they backdash, you can delay it for longer, and then go for level 3. And really, the list goes on. It's still a command grab, so you can definitely incorporate it into your normal strike throw like any other command grab. So it's really good for that. But, yeah. There's also some cool little tricks with it too that I should mention. Number one thing is that because of the way like this game's input system works, you can actually store it for a very long time. Like here, I'll make it to where like I'm this close to you, right? Normally, this level 3 will whiff, right? But then if I do, it's like saying light kick, walk forward, because I did the 720 input during the crouching light kick, I can actually like walk forward, and all I have to do is just press punch, and then I'll get I'll get it. I think it's about like 15 to 20 frames. That's how long it lasts, which is nice. But there's a bunch of like gimmicks to get a level 3. You can do like dash forward level 3. You can do just neutral jump level 3. You can do the classic with knee level 3. I've seen some people do with SPD into level 3, this into SPD. Like, the list of ways to sneak in or get a cheesy level 3, it's basically endless, honestly. And if you really want, you can basically just do it after any like super. I mean, basically after any move whiffs. So that's one thing you can also do. Overall, I'd say this is one of the better supers in the game, mainly because, I mean, it completely changes how people play. Like I said, does a bunch of damage, and the ways you have a decent amount of ways to combo into it. Not as much as, you know, say like Street Fighter 5, you know, this would have comboed without any issue, and now you have to use meter for it, which, I mean, you know, it sucks definitely, but it's not necessarily the end of the world. And, you know, with the new patch, they made it to where first hit of EX later you can combo into it, so that's a nice thing it has. But yeah, that's all I really have for this video. I just wanted to talk about some like ways you can use level 3, all that stuff, just some like general things about it. I want to say the level 2 guide is coming. The reason why I did this video before the level 3 one is just for the simple fact of level 3, I mean, that's not level 3, level 2 has so many nuances to it. It is a pretty complex super, and there's a whole like massive laundry list of ways you can use that super. So I really feel like I want to take my time with that one, because, I mean, my level 1 guide was super short. This one should be longer than it, but I could realistically make the level 2 guide like over 30 minutes long. Like, there's a lot with the super, and there's just a whole load of mix-ups and safe jumps and maximum damage combo routes. The list literally goes on when it comes to that super. So yeah, that'll be coming out. I don't know when. I might release it shortly after the season 2 patch, because that's 100% coming up. There's no way it's not coming out like May. And who knows, maybe they'll buff it to where it doesn't release the meaty mediums on Wake Up. But, you know, I'm not going to go into a whole tangent about why that super is too slow. If you guys like this video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. If you have any video ideas, feel free to say those in the comments. I don't mind. I'm open to video ideas. And yeah, that's really all I have for this video. And I'll see you guys next time.